The cat I currently own is 16 years old, and we got her when she was one from Battersea Cat's Home, I think. Or I'm not entirely sure when it was, to be honest, because it was a really long time ago. Like 16 years, a long time ago. And when we got her, my dad said that my dad didn't really like her. He said her personality was really different from our previous cat. And I don't really know how a cat's I don't really know how a cat's personality can be different because it's a cat. I don't know if we can really say they have personalities in the first place. I mean, they kind of do, but I think their personality revolves a lot around if they've been fed or eaten, which is similar to humans, right? Like, I'm definitely a different person when I'm full and not tired, as to when I'm really sleepy and I get really grumpy and hangry. So maybe it's kind of similar with cats. Anyway, but basically, we had to get this current cat, like the current cat we have, because this previous cat had died. And this previous cat we bought when she was a tiny kitten, and she'd gone to get neutered because we don't want her having babies. I know newborn kittens are cute and all, but cats have like a litter every year, and the litter is 9 kittens, and that's maths I can't do, because that's probably 90 kittens if she gets pregnant every year. And she probably would have done because she's a pretty cat. So that would have been a ridiculous amount of kittens, and I think there's only so many friends and family that you can get rid of kittens to. And maybe it would have done the first litter, but then after that, where are you going to put them? We can, we'd be completely stalking Batsy Cat's home with just one cat's babies. They probably wouldn't have wanted all those kittens, so we'd be swimming in kittens with cats all over the house, and there wouldn't be any space to sit down anymore because there would be cats everywhere lying on everything, and everything would be covered in cat hair. Nothing would ever be clean of cat hair because you hang something out to dry, right, and one of the cats would sit on it again. Everything would be covered in cat hair, and I just don't think my family really wanted to deal with that. So we decided to get her neutered. We bought this cat as a newborn kitten, and she had got to about a year old when we could neuter her. I was really young at the time when my parents took her to be neutered, and a few days had passed, and I was asking when she was coming back, and my parents said, "Oh, she's coming back soon," and I was a kid, so I didn't really know what was going on, and this was like the really traumatizing bit, right? So a few more days had passed, and I was like, seriously, where is the cat? But in like a 9-year-old child way, I was like 8 or 7, and my dad, I remember it really clearly. We were sitting having a meal. It might have been dinner, and my dad took me out to the garden. We have a big garden, you see, and we have a shed in our garden, which we still have actually. So my dad took me out to the garden, and he opened up the door, right. He got the key and opened the door, and in a basket or a pillow was my cat, was my dead cat, like curled up in a ball. So you know how they are when they sleep, yeah? So my cat was like this, curled up in a ball, but like completely still because she was dead, right? And I was sobbing into this cat for a good hour or two. Like my tears are completely soaked the cat's fur because I was just sobbing. And I think that's quite harsh news to break to a child, really. Like a 7, 8, 9-year-old child just handing them their dead cat. So we buried her. I cut some bits off her fur to make them into badges, and we buried her. That was that really. And obviously, because I was a child, I was very sad. I mean, I'd be sad anyway now if I didn't have a cat. So my dad went back to the where we got her neutered and was like, "Look, you killed our cat." They'd said that she'd had an allergic reaction. Anyway, so he said, "You killed our cat. We want another one." So they gave him one for free, and this is how I have my current cat.